EM breaks my phone for EK because I have some skins in a game that EK doesn't own. I joined this subreddit today after my first ever encounter with an EM and EK. Here's the characters that are very important to the story. EK, entitled kid. EM, entitled mother. M, my mother. P, my father. PP, entitled kid's father. Me. Fucking Goku. So, my father is longtime friend of PP. My father doesn't really like EK and EM, neither does my mother, but when we come to visit PP, who is such a nice guy, they deal with it. EM is a strong woman, apparently. She goes quite often to the gym. And my father is a really, really strong guy. He works in the army. Also, EK's family have cameras in all of their house's rooms after they got robbed 4 years ago. All of those details are important later. I personally saw how EK and EM could be annoying sometimes, especially EK by playing a certain video game with him that I'll mention later, but they were acting like how normal people would towards me until today. So I've been playing this game for a while now called Dead by Daylight on my console, a Steam Deck. Yesterday, I bought all skins for the character Springtrap, and something I didn't mention before, EK is also a Dead by Daylight fan. So like every time before when I came to visit, I brung my Steam Deck to PP's house since I play this game with EK, me on Steam Deck and him on PS5, every time I come. He mildly rages sometimes. Quite annoying, but I deal with it. This time, my parents and EK's parents went into the house's kitchen to talk about stuff. Me and EK decided to go into his room to play that game together. After about an hour and a half into playing this game, he says he wants to show me something about how he bought one of the skins of that Springtrap character. I said it was pretty cool, and went on to show EK that I bought each one of them. He, at first, seemed angry, and made a snarky comment. I didn't understand why, and I didn't like that at all. Here's the conversation, not exactly, but pretty much it, since right after he showed me the skin he bought. Me. Yeah, I like the Glitchtrap skin, it's really cool, but look, turns my Steam Deck to show him I bought every single cosmetic of Springtrap.ek. Wait, really? Didn't know you were such a pigeon. Me. What? Where did that come from? EK. You know how much I've been asking my parents to buy me the other ones? Me. No, and frankly, I don't really care. Those are really not important. You should already be happy they bought you one. EK. Ugh! But the others look so cool. I really want them. Me. And what am I supposed to do about that? EK. There's something you can do. Then he went on ranting about how cross-progression works. To put it simply, it's a way to keep the same progression on different platforms, and he rants about all the cool things that would happen if I used it for my console and his PS5. I said a definitive no since. One couldn't play if the other was playing at the same time, and I wanted to progress through the game alone. I did not want EK to skip parts of the progression for me, and EK started throwing a tantrum because he really wanted those skins for that one character. And he ran outside his room and called EM in. He twisted the story completely and said, "Mom, he can share with me the stuff I wanted to buy on my PS5, but he doesn't want to just because he's selfish." He then went on explaining cross-progression to his EM, avoiding all the stuff I said I didn't want to do that for. And so I sat on his bed, angrily watching him manipulate his mother into saying that I was the selfish one. And suddenly, when EK finished his rant to EM, she snatched away my console from me. I didn't struggle since I didn't want to break. It costs 500 euro. She then asked EK how to do said cross-progression. I was fucking bewildered at her audacity, and EK just took the console and started trying to go to the website of the developers of the game to do CRPR. I'm tired of writing cross-progression. But he didn't know how to navigate on that console because it has a specific way to access websites, and he was getting frustrated, and I started screaming out for my parents to come help me. But when EM noticed that, she lunged herself towards me and held my mouth with her hand. I sneakily tried taking out my phone to call my parents, but she saw and snatched it out of my hand and threw it out of the doorway, smashing it completely. I wish I could post the picture of the aftermath since I have it, but sadly can't on this subreddit. And thank God PP noticed that and went in with my parents to come see what was happening. My father, without hesitation, straight up pulled EM off of me. She fell on the floor and my father grabbed me and shoved me away from EM. He asked, not happy at all, what was going on to EM. She said some bullshit about how I didn't want to. Let EK play on my console, and I tried to attack EK after he snatched my console and phone away. I said it was false. But EK, who was now crying and put my console on the ground, said it was true before going to his mother and faking being hurt on the head. I said it was bullshit and explained all of the above. My parents believed my story, and PP didn't seem shocked if EK and EM would do that, as EK has a lot of history about being jealous of other children and EM lying to defend him. EK and EM still were trying to make their story more believable until my mother asked about the cameras that I mentioned all the way on the top of my post, and that's when they both shut up. PP agreed with it. EM tried convincing my parents and PP not to watch them because the cameras are turned off, which PP checked, wasn't true. And so in the video capturing only cameras, everyone clearly saw what EM did. I didn't punch EK at all. Now, they couldn't verify that my story was true, but they didn't need to since now they knew EM and EK lied. PP, angry to both his wife and child, told my dad that he would call him later, and for now that we should leave and not let me come back near EK or EM. So we picked back our stuff. My mother, of course, saying she would repair my phone at an Apple store, and then we left. After all of that, my mother said to me she will try to press charges against EM for assault on a minor and damaging property. Since that happened today, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll try to edit my post if anything new happens. Edit 1. My parents deposited a complaint against EM. Some officers asked my side of the events. Don't know what's going to happen next. Probably in the next weeks or months, I'll update y'all again. Edit 2. PP informed me that EK and EM saw my post. EK's been trying to contact me through my social media repeatedly and made, I think for now, 5 alts to keep, harassing me to delete this post. Edit 3. Corrected spelling mistakes, and I'm skipping a lot of details here with the police and stuff. And now we have a court date. Where I live is a place where justice takes little to no time since there aren't much people living there. So, the trial's occurring very soon.